All right, guys, I thought it was about time that I gave this All Might another chance. So previously I did a showcase when I did not have him up to board 13. Well, that has changed. I now have him fully done for his Peace route, and then the same thing for his basic route. As for the DX route, I have nothing done because I only pulled one copy of this guy, but I have done a little bit of testing, and he does seem a bit better when he is fully done, but even then, he's just not my favorite character, especially when it comes to PvP. Because it does take 8 turns for him to eventually get his persistence, and he loses power and he bleeds himself and all that, stuff that goes on. However, I feel like he'd be a little bit better in Climax battle, so we're going to try him out today in PvP and Climax battle. So quick recap if you don't know what he does. His plus ultra move is called Sanford Smash. It is a single target attack, but it does 800% of damage to a single opponent. It's going to also hurt himself. It's also going to give him the ability to make a last stand 2 times, which is nice, and it's going to increase the skill impact by 35% if he has persistence, which he doesn't get until turn 8. And then it reduces damage to character by 35% for 3 turns if he does not have persistence. So that damage reduction is actually pretty good, and that helps him out a bit. Also, it causes the character to bleed for 8 turns, and that effect cannot be nullified or cancelled. And then so technically it's more than 8 turns before he gets persistence, because it's 8 turns of bleeding, then he gets persistence. So it's like 9, 10, 11 turns, right? Something like that. His action skill 1 is called Oklahoma Smash. This, in my opinion, is his best move. It is an AoE attack that has a low chance of blocking the opponent's buffs. It decreases their critical resistance, and it cancels all of their temporary max HP increasing effects. That in and of itself makes that really, really good. That is the best possible thing in his kit, in my opinion. Action skill 2 is Michigan Smash. It deals 400% damage to a single opponent. It gives the character the ability to make a last stand 2 times, so he gets a lot of last stands, right, from this skill, from his plus ultra, and I think he also gets it from his passive as well. When used in a second or later successfully executed skill chain, he will shorten his own cooldown time by 1 and increase his plus ultra gauge by 40%. That's pretty good for like VE tower. That's not terrible, right? And then his auto skill 1, Save by Your Smile, reduces bleeding damage to character by 50% if character does not have persistence, increases character speed by 30% when his HP is over 80%, so at the beginning of battle he will have a speed increase, which is nice. Every 1 turn decreases character's power by 5% up to 6 times, and defense by 5% up to 6 times, which kind of sucks. Increases character's power by 10% after character initiates critical attacks 2 times though, so it kind of makes up for it, up to 10 times. After receiving 2 attacks from the opponent with higher defense, restores 35% of damage character receives for 2 turns, up to 5 times, and increases character's defense by 10% up to 5 times. So eventually, this is an interesting character because he can stack up defense and power and stuff like that, and it can make him actually potentially pretty strong. And then he also gets damage reduction from his plus ultra. It does take a few turns though for him to like scale and get to where you want him to be. His auto skill 2 is called Ultimate Musclehead. When HP is below 30%, it gives the character piercing shot and the ability to make a last stand 2 times up to 1 time, so there's 2 more last stands. When character has persistence, gives character the ability to cover allies, blocks character's recovery, increases character's critical hit rate by 50%, and increases plus ultra gauge by 100%. Gives him a guaranteed plus ultra. It makes it so he can't die. He covers allies. It's all really good stuff when he gets to that persistent state, okay? But it does take a bit to get that persistence. So after 8 turns pass while the character is bleeding, which you bleed from your plus ultra, it gives the character persistence for 3 turns. So essentially it's going to take you 11 turns to be able to finally get your persistence. And by that point in Ultra Arena, the battle is pretty much over. So I doubt we get to see persistence. We'll see if we make it to that point, but yeah, that's kind of this All Might in a nutshell. He gets stronger. I wouldn't say stronger necessarily. He gets tankier over time, which is interesting. And he can get potentially stronger depending on if you land enough crit stat scale, the power that you're losing. But with that said, we're going to try taking on this team here. I don't know if we're going to be able to succeed or not. I do feel like it works out pretty well running Yayorozu with this All Might because she also gives last stands. So that's kind of the goal here in my thought process. Now they are going to have a status element nullification on turn 1. So we do have to be aware of that. With all that said, let's go ahead and hop in. I know I'm a little bit low right now in the Ultra Arena climb. I just haven't been very motivated to climb. I think I'm in Elite 4 right now, so I'm almost to top 1. I gotta actually climb through Elite 4, and eventually I'll do that. I'll try to get to Legend by the end of the season. I like those free 300 hero gems that you get, but dude, Ultra Arena is just so stale at this point. They need to do something with it, so hopefully the JP anniversary changes that. With that said, we're gonna go ahead and we are going to boost All Might here. We're gonna use our skill 2 instead of our skill 1, and this is gonna give him the ability ability to make a last stand and also increases plus ultra gauge. And then we're going to actually use Compress's hide. And the reason for all that is because they have the status element nullification turn 1. We do have to target Aizawa, so let's do this. I also chose this team to take on because I knew they were going to be slower than me, and I wanted to have that speed advantage turn 1. Alright, so we were able to evade that first thing. And it looks like we're all good. All Might with a lot more health is better than the previous showcase I did. If you guys haven't checked that out, you can go check that out. But this will be a much better showcase, I feel like, for this All Might. Alright, so now our goal is that we are hopefully going to be able to bind them or reduce their critical resistance and their max HP increasing effects, maybe block buffs if we're lucky, right? So we'll see how this goes. More last stands. Okay, good. Oh, no binds though. Okay, it is what it is. And they went after Compress right there. They went after All Might. Beautiful. We're good for the plus ultra turn at least. All right, so we've made it to the plus ultra turn. Everybody is happy and healthy. We are going to be faster with every single person, which is nice. All right, that was great damage. He's going to hide now. That's fine. Not the greatest damage from All Might. Like, as you can see, I wish it was a little bit better. That's a big bind, though. That is going to help us out immensely, especially... Oh, no. Now it's not. Now it's not as useful. Well... Oh, we lost our Compress. Unfortunate. Okay, let's go ahead and use this. It's going to first force Jiro to target Bakugo. Okay, so that's fine. We just want to keep All Might alive mainly, so that's why I did that. All right, we're going to go ahead and do this, and then we're going to do the AoE. All right, we got buff block on Jiro. Bakugo got sealed, and we all got stunned again. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so we lost this one. Okay, we'll try taking on someone else, but as you can see, All Might not the most damage. He's not the greatest in PvP. I'll see if I can find a team that maybe we can win against, but in my personal opinion, after trying him out a bit, I feel like he's good against defensive teams, but teams that have this much healing, status element nullification, and a really good tank like this, it's going to be hard to beat. I do feel like a lot of that last match came down to us not landing a bind at the beginning either. If I had landed that bind, I feel like we would have had a little bit better luck. We did get the bind on Jiro, but then it got nullified like immediately, so I mean, it is what it is. We're going to try taking on Elite RX right here. They have Modema and Compress. They might be faster than us. I'm a little bit scared of that. We'll see. Hopefully right here I still end up being faster, but there's a very good chance. It looks like I am not. Okay, let's see if we are or not. All right, so I'm gonna use this on All Might. We're gonna do the AoE, and we're gonna go for the bind. Okay, actually we are faster, so that's good. Go for the block buffs. And we got the bind on Compress. That's big. That's very, very big for us. All right, and we dodge that so we don't get confused. Massive. All right, so this is all looking pretty good. The only person we can target right now is Compress, as you can see, so we'll go ahead and we will do that. I don't need to use my evasion yet, so I'm actually going to switch the order a little bit here. I want to save that other evade. Pretty decent damage, not the best though still, but as long as we're hitting crits with All Might, it's going to increase his power, which is kind of what we're looking to do. Alright, now we got all of our plus ultras, meanwhile they have none, and Compress is going to try to bind us here. Hopefully we'll be okay, hopefully nobody gets bound. Okay, good, nobody gets bound. Plus ultra comes through from All Might. 41,000, there we go, now we're talking, that's what you want to see. Okay, beautiful. And we should be able to kill their Compress right here. Big. Alright, and now I think we just go after Najire, right? So we'll go ahead and do all of our stuff again. We try to get the bind. No binds, okay. We did dodge that though, that's big. Once again, being able to dodge and make sure we don't get confused or anything like that, that's massive for us. Alright, now we're going to go ahead and we are going to continue going after Najire here. Hopefully All Might is alright after Monema's ult. We'll see. Alright, defense up. We hit All Might, right? So they're going to target Compress. Alright, so here comes this on Compress. Compress is fine after that. That is beautiful. All right, Najira is healing a bit. We're going to do all of our plus ultras. We are not faster than Monoma. Hopefully he doesn't confuse anybody important, and hopefully we can kill Najira. All right, did not confuse compress, so that's good. Oh, yeah, he draws aggro, though. Oh, that's tragic. Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Then they have the evade right there as well. That's very, very unfortunate for us. Okay. Our compress might die right here. Okay, he's still alive somehow. Somehow he is still alive. I am surprised. We'll go ahead and go like this. And we are still faster. I'm interested to see what happens if we actually do make it to the 11 turn count. Big, big binds right there. So we are on turn 8 right now. We're getting close to the persistence time. We'll see if we can make it there. That would be the goal here. All right, good. Everybody is healed. We got the defense up. We still haven't been able to do crap to Najire, though. They won't have evasion. Monoma is going to draw aggro on our plus ultras here, though. So only one of our plus ultras is going to hit. Oh, the joys of Monoma. It's all right, though. It's what it is. At least he didn't confuse, so that's progress. All right, so he dodges that. He'll dodge this. And this one should hit. Maybe it'll bind if we're lucky. Nope, did not bind. All right, and we're going to go ahead and heal compress. We're going to go like this and then this. Maybe we should just go for the kill on Monoma, honestly, at this point. Instead of trying to go after Najire. We did bind Yayorozu, though, so that's nice. All right, and we are on turn 11. That should be persistence for All Might, I do believe. Let's see. He got his plus ultra, right? So I would think, yep, he has persistence. Okay, so with the persistence, he's going to get a lot stronger, hopefully. That would be the goal here. We'll see just how hard he can hit. Okay, okay. Looking good. Now will Monoma, okay, he does not, so we don't have to worry about evasions. Let's go ahead and use our plus ultras and see how much All Might will do. Let me see if I can turn the speed down here. All right, I want to see All Might's plus ultra. Here we go. $66,000. Okay, much better on attack. That was way better damage. All right, so that is her dead. And we are on turn 13 now. We need to try and kill some of these guys. So let's see how much his AoE will do right here, right? So we'll go ahead and do this. Buff his AoE. Let's see how much he can do. Remember, you can't regen HP, which is why you're seeing him get low. Oh my gosh, the AoE hit really hard. That was good. That was great. Okay, dude, a 75,000 auto right there. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so he doesn't really become a great character, apparently, until turn 11 in the battle. But once you hit turn 11, damn. So there you go. That is the PvP showcase we wanted to see for this All Might. I think we're going to end the PvP part on this. We'll go to Climax battle next. I want to take a look at the overall damage that he did, though. That was a long battle. All right, so there is the overall damage that All Might did. 597,000. Like, it's not like, obviously he did really good for our team overall, but it's just such a long drawn out fight to make this guy work in comparison to like Vigilante Deku, Faux 100% Deku, who I'd argue does similar things to All Might. He just does them faster and better. And so like, why would you run this All Might when you can run Faux 100% Deku? Who knows though, maybe with the addition of other characters, maybe this All Might will come into meta at some point, but as of right now, I don't think he's a very meta character. I don't think he's going to be very high on the PvP tier list, but when it comes to PvE, that might be a different story. So let's go ahead and head over to Climax battle. Here is the Climax battle team I'm going to be using. I am cheesing it a little bit for myself, making it a little bit easier for myself. I did the same thing with Inasa's showcase as well. Any character can realistically probably look good alongside Night Eye and Uraraka, but I feel like, you know, if I have the characters, which most people do, I'm going to run the best possible characters that I can. So I'm going to run All Might with these other two, and my main goal here is just to see if All Might can tank and do damage and, you know, survive and actually be viable in this Climax battle against All For One. So that's our goal. Let's go ahead and hop in and see how he does. I'm also wondering if when the new Hawks and Endeavor come out, the dual unit, if like they can make All Might any more viable or any of the other pro heroes more viable, because they are kind of like a pro hero support. I'm really interested to see how that plays out. It looks like a pretty decent general pool unit, so I'm excited for them. And we got 3 AoEs here. I think that's very nice to have as well with this particular team right here in Climax Battle. We should hopefully, ideally, be able to kill at least one of the Nomus, right? Okay, good. Okay, we killed both. One Nomu. I was gonna say both Nomus, but we didn't. And we stunned All for One, so that's fine. All right, this will kill the other Nomu. So that one's dead. 37,000 on All for One, actually, for not having type advantage, pretty good. Pretty good damage from All Might. I'm actually happy with his AoE damage. I'm happy with the single target damage. Those were both really good right there. Let's see how much his plus ultra can do. 48,000. 77,000. Okay, you know what? Damn. Damn, I am impressed. Really good damage. All right, we're gonna go for the stun right here. Let's hope we get it. We did. Beautiful. That will enter us into the next phase. And we don't have to worry about him blowing us away immediately, which is good. Try to kill this Nomu before they attack. Okay, we did not. Who's he gonna hit? He hits Uraraka. That'll get... So Uraraka gets blown out here. We keep All Might in, though, for the sake of the showcase. That works for me. And we have Monoma come in, which is arguably pretty good still. Let's go ahead and go for the Confuse and the single target damage. Did not get the Confuse because he resisted. 16,000 damage, though, from the single target damage from All Might. We will go ahead and do... Just the plus ultra will wait, actually. $56,000, not bad on damage. Alright, and now we can do all these AoEs. This should do a decent amount. Great damage. Big stun. Alright, and we're going to go ahead and plus ultra because we'll have 3 skills up next turn. Alright, this looks very promising. We should be able to get to the final phase right here. There we go. Ooh, that did a bit of damage to us. That kind of hurt. All Might's pretty tanky though. Monoma's pretty tanky. So we took that hit pretty damn well. Okay, we'll take that. All of our AoEs here. Actually, let's switch the order a little bit. This will decrease their skill impact and speed. So we're gonna go like this. Go for the stuns. And we stunned both the Nomu, so that's good for us. So we'll be fine, because we had the barriers to survive that. Alright, and we are on turn 12, so All Might should already have his persistence up and going, right? Which he does. He has 2 more turns of it, so we're actually doing all right. He's going to be almost perfect on turns for this Climax battle. Alright, and All for One should be about out of last stands here. He doesn't have any that I see, actually, so he should die right here. Let's go to New UR plus Ultra. All Might will be fine. And boom! There we go. Okay, that worked out pretty dang well. All Might does not take much damage, like, at all, I would say, up until the point where he gets his persistence. And then when he gets his persistence, then obviously he can't heal, and I think that makes a big difference. So I feel like even in PvP and PvE, he was actually fairly tanky and able to do a decent amount of damage. It's weird to have like a tank attacker hybrid who also does you know, healing, like health, max health down and stuff like that. It's weird. He's like support, defense, and attack all at the same time. So a very interesting unit. much better when he is fully built to board 13 when you have him at level 100, as opposed to only having him at board 6, as with most characters. So if you're new to the game, keep in mind you want to try to get all your characters to board 13. It makes a massive difference in how good they are, mainly because it changes the amount of HP they have. The more HP they have, the more survivability they're going to have, and the better they're going to be for your team. But that was the showcase in a nutshell for PvP and for Climax Battle. Which one did you think he was better in? Did he surprise you in PvP like he surprised me? Did he surprise you in Climax Battle? Let me know down in the comments. And if you guys did enjoy this video, please consider going down there, hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button. We are so close to 10,000 subscribers. Shout out to everybody that has subscribed so far. Thank you so much for supporting the channel. Peace.